Let me say for the record, I love Zenless Zone Zero, right? I'm gonna keep this video as least biased as it can be, but for the record, but that doesn't mean I have no criticism with the game itself. It has very much its fatal flaws, and I really would like to discuss them and what I would do about them and just stuff like that in general. And if you do enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. I just basically hit 1k and now I'm pursuing 2k, so please, you know, if you're there for your boy, if you're there for a geezer, come on mate, subscribe to the channel and let's get into the video. Let me get one of the most important points down from the side instantly. Fan service. I do not like the fan service in this game in any way. My frontal lobe is now kind of like half developed enough to know that maybe, you know, this fan service is kind of cringe, but at times I can see why it's satirical. Sometimes no, it's not satirical at all and it's just blatantly weird, like the Jane Doe ASMR video. It was just weird and I can't believe they actually used that as promotional material. Like the interrogation, wherever it was, yeah, that one, that weird piece of thing. No thank you boss. Basically, ever since that video, this game, it basically launched the term Gooner game. Ever since that trailer was released and everyone saw that trailer, Jane Doe as a character herself is literally unsavable, because she's not only fan service in her demo trailer, she's also a fan service in game. In her quest, she has unbearable amounts of fan service. I promise you, it is such a hard listen. It is so hard to play. Listen to this woman's forced voice, and I don't really enjoy it that much. I know a lot of people don't enjoy it, and it's stuff like this which drives a lot of like the regular people of the game. You know, I started Zenless because of Genshin Impact. Obviously, I saw Zenless coming out. I saw the combat mechanics. I was in love basically, because like I've always wanted to start playing like Souls games, and this like parry mechanic, which was like a massive thing, and the dodge countering, I was in love with it. And I thought this was going to be the cooler version of Genshin Impact, and it was for a while. It was like this cooler game because, you know, you didn't have that much fan service in the game. You still had your fan service with Ellen and like Lycon, but overall the fan service in the game at the time was really kept to a minimal. It was still present, but it wasn't all like in your face as it is now. If you look at demos like Jane's and Caesar's, they kind of don't really stray with like what I like to see in a video game for promotional material. I don't like fan service at all. I cannot stand fan service a lot of the time. I just want to play the game. I want to find a character I can enjoy, and I don't want to have to see any of this like fan service going towards them, because I just want to enjoy a character. I want to enjoy their playstyle. Although I will say Benny's trailer and the demo, wherever it was, that was fire. I would say it was obviously satirical and I really enjoyed it, and I really like appreciate what they did with them. No problems with that one. But also with Yanagi, they really took a bit of a step back, and they did add some fan service in her newest like promotional material, but it has also been kept to like a slight minimum. The only things I can recall is like when she licks her lips at the fucking bean bun, and when her like shoe slips off. People out there like feet for some diabolical reason. But aside from that, I honestly think there aren't many reasons holding back from Zenless Zone Zero being an objectively good game. I genuinely believe that this game, at least right now, has so much potential if it just gets utilized properly. I think the fan service is a massive blunder in the wrong direction, as the other features of the game are really good, and I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about what I like with the game, alongside with some other criticism. But first of all, let's switch to a good thing. Let me talk about how the combat is. Let me talk about the combat real quick. Just nothing much, but I just want to get out there how much I like it. Zenless combat is probably the best combat out of any Hoyo game we have had yet. And I've played Honkai Impact 3rd, I've played Zenless, I've played Honkai Star Rail, and of course I've played Genshin Impact. Obviously, let's address the elephant in the room, that being Honkai Star Rail. That game basically has no combat, considering that you're not the one actually fighting. You're just deciding what moves the characters do. If that makes sense, I know you know what I mean. So get out the comment section below, Timmy. Now, honestly, I haven't played enough of Honkai Impact 3rd to know how good the gameplay is, because when I did like want to make a comment about the gameplay one time, I also then played the game for a bit again, and then noticed like characters which have got like jump mechanics and like these crazy different attacks. So I would say Honkai Impact 3rd actually is a really good contender when it comes to combat. Genshin Impact's combat is okay. I like it and it's fun. I'm not going to say it's not fun, but it is definitely not the most fun out of the bunch. And that is where Zenless Zero comes in. Zenless's combat is so satisfying. It's so good. Getting parries off, dodge counters, you know, playing a character like Nekomata, who's a really fast DPS, and just having this fast-paced playstyle and parrying, you know, dodging. It all feels like it connects together. Parrying feels smooth, dodging feels smooth. Everything in the game, combat-wise, is done so well. Now, One more criticism I have from my side is the TV segment, or you know, the Bang Boo segment, or whatever you want to call it, the HDD segment, whatever. The TV mode, it does not feel that fun to play. I'm gonna be so real, it gets repetitive so quickly. It's just not that fun at all, and at times it just feels like it's filler because the game's not open world. Like the game, everyone knows this, the game's not open world. It's not like Genshin Impact where you can explore the entire world freely. You can still explore, but the exploration is nowhere near as fluid, as good, as, you know, large to a scale as Genshin Impact is, for example. So I'd say the game is very limited in that department when it comes to exploration, but it's not an open world game, so it makes sense. With the TV mode, I have noticed that as quests keep going on and on, they have tried to use that TV mode so much less. And they know that because they know the community doesn't appreciate that. I don't want to sit through TV screens. Every single time I'm in a HDD, I do not touch the exploration commissions anymore. I always stick to combat because I know I'm going to go in there, fight something, come out, no TV mode, no BS. I get my polychromes and then I just dip. It's that simple. A small complaint I had with Zenless before was that it was too easy. I made this comment when I was very new to the game. And oh my god, I was proven wrong. This game now, at least with newer enemies, the new things, this game is not easy anymore. Once you reach like, let's say like level 45, level 40 maybe, the game's difficulty just spikes out of nowhere. Like that Jane Doe fight had me on the ropes. I was getting my back blown out by Jane Doe, man. I wasn't having fun. I was also using my Ellen team. And Ellen's weak to that. I was literally getting my batty pounded. Okay, that's a bit far. But I was literally like suffering on that fight. And to be honest, I enjoyed it. I enjoy games being hard, right? People are too scared to have games that are hard, but Zenless proves different. Even with some of the TV like events, some of those can be quite difficult. And that's coming from someone who plays games a lot. I'm not just like some like robot who goes on the game to get anime girls. No, I am a certified gamer. That's not really, that didn't come out that well. But no. I am very much like someone who likes difficulty in games. And Zenless right now, it is showing that and the thing is, it's not hard where enemies are bullet sponges. You can't do anything about it. You just have to wait, right, and do some stupid thing. No, this game is high risk, high reward. If you know a boss's attack patterns and you know how to dodge them correctly and you memorize that, you will get rewarded and the fight becomes easy, right? But you have to learn. It is so good. I really appreciate how they did it so much, and the game's difficulty spike is, while it comes at a random time, I really like it regardless. It takes you away from being like freely on the game and not having a care in the world because the combat is way too easy. Like I was playing the game on challenge mode, like the story. I was playing the game on challenge mode basically throughout the entire story. I think I played every single mission on challenge mode. And that still wasn't that difficult. But now, with some of the bosses, some of the enemies, this game is difficult. And you will get punished for not being good. It is really amazing and I really like it. Sorry if I sound like I'm fangirling, but this game, I'm literally addicted to this game's like playing and this game's combat. I'm so attached to it because of rewards as well. You know, the wishes are great, the rewards are great. Just the game itself is great. While the marketing and the fan service I don't really like. When it comes to some of the game's features, they are really good. And one thing, talking about fan service now, we all know that Caesar King's demo was iconic for being, you know, a bit weird with the shower scene. But as a character in-game, during the Chapter 4 quest, she was so well written. I don't want to spoil anything, but at the end of that quest, oh, that was one of the best quests I've ever played in like any Hoyoverse game ever. Oh my days, if you man don't agree with me, I don't even care. My personal opinion, I loved that ending so much. It was so cinematic, it was so emotionally driven. Like, man, I loved it. But overall, in the game state now, it has chance to redeem itself. And I hope it will. When Miyabi comes around and I pull for it, because I will pull for Miyabi. Everyone wants Miyabi. If you play the game, you want Miyabi. That is 100% guaranteed certain. Nothing else. Okay, I'm going off on a really bad tangent here. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe, you know, do all that commenting stuff, all that notification stuff. Or I will find your family. And I'll feed you or something, I don't know.